Zoom. Okay, so maybe you can see me. I'll share my screen. Maybe it will be better if I share my screen. So can you see? I have shared my screen as well. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. So also in the record, I put myself over there. So I'll be there with over there because it's little bit smaller, so you can see me over there. Okay. So first of all, I don't know that how many of you know me. Did you like meet me before? No.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So
Yes,
uh,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir. No, sir. Okay. So maybe
Yes, sir.
this would be the first time with someone I am meeting, and this is actually virtual. I don't like the virtual meeting, so I would like to meet you personally. So in IUT, whenever we'll have the chance, please meet each other, because without that interaction, the teacher student should meet each other, and teacher student should have a really friendly relationship, because teacher student nothing but teacher is like a guardian. So you have your father mother, afterwards maybe the teacher will be your the best closest friend, where you can make mistake and you can get the advice from them. So teachers are definitely who can give you the true uh, advice. Okay, so I believe so. Okay, my all teachers are respected teachers. Whatever teachers I have encountered from my even childhood, I admire them, I respect them. And every time whenever I have faced some trouble, I just try to remember them, that they are giving me some advice. So this is actually me. And this is my timeline till now, 2019. I made it for up to 2019, because 2019 was my last promotion. So afterwards nothing new happened, with only the positions have been changed. So I this is my PSC, SSC, HSC. Then the main thing is that I am an ex-IUTian. Okay, so in 1998, I admitted in IUT. Okay, as a third batch of IUT students. So that time it was not IUT, rather than it was called IIT. Then in 2002, I get like my graduation, and joined there in 2000 to 10, in November, maybe November 27, I got my result or the convocation. And 2002 10 December, I joined as a lecturer, okay, in the Department of Electrical Electronics. Then during that time, actually what happened that I really feel proud to call myself as ex-IUTian. Okay, so this is something else, something, some extra, what that extra like familiarization. Okay, so somebody is know me about that relationship. Okay, that extra relationships gives me some proud moment as well. Okay, because during that time, whenever I admitted, the scenario was not that much easy. Okay, because I just want to say these kind of things, because nowadays whatever you said that the mental is not okay or something, but you know that during my time I actually admitted in BUET. Okay, so during that time the IUT was not well known what the IUT we are now facing. Okay, and whenever I joined IUT, during that time my father mother was not that much convinced. Okay, though I was from Cadet College, so I passed my SSC and HSC from Jhinaya Cadet College. So from there, I feel during that time I heard that some of my senior, they got admitted in the IIT. So I feel that I also want to join there. Even I have the courage to leave BUET. Okay, so I left BUET. My brother was there in BUET, but I said that no, I don't like the session jar. So I want to pass in some institution within 3 years and 10 months. And whenever I ask my father and mother, that actually my father that I want to admit IIT, and nobody knows because this is an institute and I want to leave Buet. That time my father was really angry, and whenever he want to discuss with my teacher in my school and college, the cadet college, that time the school college the teacher was really angry with me because they advised my father that this little guy, just 18 years old guy, he don't have any kind of experience. He just said that I want to leave Buet, and you just allow him to leave Buet. This is not the fact, because the IIT, nobody knows this is institute and Islamic, whether it is madrasa or not, nobody knows. No graduate is still like there, because I only 2 batch are there. I am the 3rd batch, okay? So no graduate are there. So what happened? But I told my father that I want to finish my PhD, because during that time, I don't know from where I got that courage. I told that I want to finish my PhD. So the PhD, I'll do the masters and PhD outside. So the quicker I'll get the bachelor degree, the quicker I'll go outside. And to go outside during the bachelor, I don't have the money. You will not provide me the money except the IUT's admission fee. So I want to get the scholarship and go outside and do all the things very quickly. So because of that, I don't like to stay a long in the Buet. So during that time, my father was convinced by one word that I told that during that time, the IUT, all the teachers were from Buet, because the part-time teacher were from Buet. So I said that the teacher will be from Buet, then the syllabus will be from Buet, the books will be from Buet, only the bricks are only changed. I am not inside the Buet classroom, rather than I will be in IUT's red brick classroom. This is only the change, but otherwise the syllabus, teachers, and everything will be the same. So I told my father that I will create IUT as my Buet. So this is actually depend on own like motivation. So I told my father like that way. I don't know that from where I got these things, and believe me, that was really a challenge. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me some strength. Maybe I am not that much good student. I don't know that much or not, but I try my best to work hard. Okay, so during my first semester, somehow I did little bit good. Okay, so during that time, I was thinking. Sorry, now I am talking about IUT because this is the first class. I will mix the class. Is it okay, brother, sister?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
So,
Yes, sir, this is the
so I'm
best
just
thing to
talking
do.
because you people will carry the flag of IUT. Whenever I was there as a IUT, there is no senior brother. I am talking now as a ex-IUT and as a senior brother, senior friend, whatever the way you will take me in a best way. So during the first semester, somehow I made little bit good result. And during that time, my thinking was that, oh Allah, you put me in another test, because now I make a good result. If I don't make the good result in the next semester, it will be like a luck. Okay, so I stopped everything. I said that okay, maybe I have to do good. I have to sustain the result. Otherwise, everybody will say that, oh, you left weight and you couldn't make good things. And during that time, I have a code from Bangla. During that time, I just finished the HSC. So in Bangla, there is a poetry called Rastantra by Mir Musharraf Hossain. He said that, I'll translate it in English later, that স্বাধীনতা অর্জনের চেয়ে স্বাধীনতা রক্ষা করা অনেক কঠিন. That means that it is really tough to maintain the independence rather than like getting the independence. Okay, so getting the independence is easier than maintain or sustain the independence. Okay, so that time my aim was that whatever result I get, I have to maintain this one. And during that time, I feel that okay, I'll did these things. And believe me, whenever I left Buet, my friend, during that time, Buet friend, they have already started their classes. Um, because that time the IoT classes started after 1 year, actually 8 months later, 6 months later. So they have started the classes 6 months earlier than me. And believe me, I have graduated like maybe 1 year and 6 years before them. That means I cover 2 years, okay, from them, from those people. And that time I can show my face to my father, and alhamdulillah, Allah gave me so many things. I got some good result. I achieved something, from some recognition from IoT. And that time I got that, yes, if you do some hard work, so that time the institution is doesn't matter, it is you who will create the history. Okay, so actually during that time, whenever I got the YC gold medal, I was the second student got the YC gold medal during that time, because it was 13 years of IoT. And I am not telling that I am doing so many things, but I am telling that it's because of that aim. Okay, so you people, now you have so many brothers, sisters, ex-IoTians. So if you can make your own target, you can finish these things very earlier. Okay, so for me, there was no masters in IoT. So whenever I joined as a lecturer, I missed so many times. So whenever I have finished my even PhD, whenever I join IoT after my PhD in 2012, I have to join as a lecturer. Okay, because there is no option that I can do my masters in IoT. So I lost 5 or 6 years from my career, but I feel that each and every path I can move. I know how to move. Okay, so sometime I advise this way to my student, because you know that I am also moderator of IoT Career and Business Society, IoT Photographic Society. So whenever I talk to them as a moderator, I told them that for success, there are you have to go from down stair to some up stair. Okay, for success. Okay, because the level should be up. Okay, you have to move the level. So to move the level, there are three ways. One is you can move by stair. Okay, stair means stair. You can move by escalator. Okay, escalator means in each floor you have to move one step, then you can move up, then walk little bit, then move another step and move up. So this is escalator. Then there is lift, that from the down stair, if you want to move to 10th level, you can move by pressing only one button. Okay, definitely for anyone, the like elevator or lift is the best choice. You can press the button, move, you will be in the top floor or 10th floor. This is the best case. But the worst point is that whenever there will be some failure, that time the step will be count. Okay, so just think, if there is a fail in your 10th level, if you move by elevator, so you have to come back your the previous level. So from the 10th level, what is your previous level? The previous level is nothing but the 0 level is the previous. Okay, so you have to come back the ground floor directly, because there is no history in your career regarding the other levels. You cannot even see, you are inside the elevator room and you move from 0 to 10, and that's all. So sometimes elevator is best, but whenever there is a failure, chances of failure, competition, that time the elevator is not that much good choice. So think about escalator. Okay, escalator means what? You can move, you can just put your leg only one step with the staircase. Okay, so that one will like move you from level 1 to 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So from 9th level to 10th level, so if you just step down, that means you will move to 9th level. Okay, so level 9. Okay, from there, because other stair you just move automatically. But think about traditional stair. Traditional stair means you will move each and every step and count each and every step. So just count that you move from 0 to 10 by 100 levels. So if you fail, like 100 levels means 10 stair, okay, 10 level, okay, 10. So 100 stair can take you in the 10 level, okay. So if you miss in the staircase, then you will miss only one step behind. So that means 99. So what happened if you move in a patient way or in a smaller step? That time, if you fail, maybe it's take little bit of time because you have to move 100 steps to move up to the top level. But whenever there is a time to fail, that time actually it takes only one step to come back. Okay, so this is actually whatever I have learned from my journey of IUT. And because of that, during my masters, actually I have to deal, as I told you that I was committed to my father. So because of that, I have to go little bit faster. So during my masters, I have searched, because I did my master in 2002, and whenever we passed during that time, the 9/11, 2011, 2001 was occurred. So because of that, actually whole world there was Islamophobia. So Islamic University of Technology, nobody actually give us the chance to admit anywhere. So due to that, actually what happened, we couldn't apply USA, Canada, these places. So we have to apply somewhere else, so some other places. And during that time, actually we don't even care. My position in 2002 was like that even if I get scholarship from Andaman or Papua New Guinea, I'll go over there, because I told my father that I left Buet to go as early as possible for my masters. And Alhamdulillah, I got the Monboshi scholarship of Japanese government scholarship in 2003. And during that time, I, along with other 7 IUTN, they got the Monboshi scholarship. And the Japanese government who took like the embassy who took the interview of us, actually they didn't even hear the name of IIT or IUT. During that time it became IUT in 2000. So they never heard about that. And whenever among the 10 students, 7 was from IIT IUT and 2 was from Buet, 1 is from Dhaka University. And they were so happy that you people are from a very good place. And one of the advisor from like Japanese embassy, she told that my son was just finished the A level, and I am so impressed you with your interview. I want to admit my son in IUT. And that guy admitted during that time in 2004, and afterwards he got masters from Japan, and now he's doing the job in USA. Fantastic. This is actually what happened. As a our role was like that. We were the ambassador of IUT during that time. So whenever I moved to masters, I put myself as an ambassador so that other IUTN can come here. Whenever I did my PhD, I was the ambassador, the flag bearer. Okay, so that everybody can see. So your parents now, even I saw that during this pandemic, already 200 plus students already admitted. Even lockdown is there. It means they want to come to IUT. Okay, why? Because the product of IUT did very good before. Why you buy Apple phone or Samsung phone? Okay, and why you give thanks to Steve Jobs? Because the product is very good. You enjoy using the product. So IUT product, they went so many places, and because of that, due to the product, the organic advertisement was there. Due to the product, the advertisement and other things, the people actually know ourselves. So this is actually, I said that this is still the flag bearer position is still there. Some people has to take the flag, because our university is only from 2000. From 2000, actually the first batch came out. So only 20 uh, years old. So 20 years old means what? Your age, the university is at your age, okay, around 20. So around 20 means this is actually a very young university. So still it's not around 40 like me, okay? So we don't have the PhD or some. So this university is still going. So please take care about the university, put it in your some places in your heart so that it can move along yourself. This is actually I am telling, and as I told you that I did my like bachelor in biomedical signal processing. Then I did my master's in semiconductor device, totally different subject, okay, because I got the scholarship in that subject. Then I did my PhD in computer networking, totally different subject. Then in 2018-19, I was the head of Institute of Energy and Environment, totally different subject, okay. So it was really tough for me to co-op all the subject because I have to read from the start, but I am confident that I can combine those subjects together. And because of that, I choose networking, because to combine all the subjects, you have to have a very good networking ability. And I want to give my this like ability, I show my this ability to you so that you can also have this networking ability, okay. So this is actually my introduction. Sorry to bother you with so many of my word or I word. I don't want to use I word or my word to become really something, rather than I want to use those I word or my word as a part of your family member, as a ex-IUTN of you, so that you can break all the history of any ex-IUTN before. So whatever history I showed you, this is nothing, okay. So even if you break, if any of the ex-IUTN break any of the history of mine, the first happiest person will be me, okay. So because my IUTNs are going step forward. So this is actually my introduction. And if it is physical class, maybe I'll try my best to uh, discuss my this kind of things to you directly. I can like interact with you, but I believe that now we have 126 students, around 126 to 30 students, so we will not interact. Rather than during the class time, this online class, I feel that it should we should start the physical class. So during this time, I will interact all of you time to time, and I feel that during that period we'll interact each other more. Is it clear? Do you have any question regarding myself, or we'll start something of today's class? Anyone?
No, sir, no question, sir. It was a good,
No, sir.
good session
That
up
you
to
have
now.
elaborated everything very,
Yes.
very
Okay.
nice. So no room for questions.
Thank you very much. And the thing is that with my this I passed from 2002 till this 2020, like around 18 years. I have some teeny tiny experience, some ups and downs and all the things. So during this class, I am not like only the course teachers of you. I want to be the advisor. I want to be your coach. I want to be your moderator. I want to be your friend, so that you people don't go those path, okay. So you will not face those trouble. So this is actually my aim. So please ask me this kind of career question as well, because nowadays the coursework, whatever we'll uh, uh, discuss, all the things will be in the internet. So you will get the course and other things then and then. So rather than, I believe it is time to build yourself rather than learn something. So skill is the main topic now, rather than learn. So you have to know how to learn. So this skill, that how to be knowledgeable. So make this skill of how to be knowledgeable. This is actually the 21st century's agenda. So you have to have the soft skill, so the critical thinking ability, the problem solving ability, and the originality and all the things. Okay, so in my course I will not ask you to memorize anything, rather than I'll ask you to be a designer. Okay, so be the designer, make yourself a skillful network engineer or communication engineer. This is actually my target. So no need to memorize any of the slide. I'll give all the things. I'll try my best to make the question as intuitive as possible. If there is no bindings, if I have to bind myself, close my hand, maybe I'll do something, I have to follow their rules. Otherwise, whenever the open session or this kind of online sessions are there, I'll try my best to break the those like traditional cases. Okay, so you can also hear something from the previous batch. They tell that they enjoy the class because of those things. Okay, so first things I want that please do not memorize anything, try to understand. Okay, so understanding and memorize is totally different things. So try to understand, try to be skillful rather than learn. Okay, try to be skillful so that you can learn more from the internet than whatever I'll provide during this 1 hour. So try to get the keywords so that you can search in the internet. Okay, this is the case, that try to get the keywords from my course. Okay, so try to note down, and I'll start. So do you know the course name? I feel you know most of.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
so the course name is data communication and networking. Okay, so there are three things, at least three things, four things. Okay, so data, the end is not there. So data is one, then communication is two, then networking is three, and this one and two is another two cases. Okay, so one is during this time, the first semester or the fifth semester will cover the one, then in the next semester we'll cover the two. I don't know that whether someone may not join the next class because previous semester also there, but I'll prefer that those who will join the one must join the two. Otherwise it will happen that in your transcript it will be like you have finished one, there is no two, and previous year somebody didn't take one but they took two. So it looks like that if you want to follow, please follow the two courses because two courses are connected together. Okay, so this is the main case. So here we have data, then communication, then networking. I believe that you have some idea about the communication from your previous course, engineering one. Is it this semester or previous?
Previous semester.
Previous semester. Okay,
Yes, yes, sir.
so actually I actually took that classes maybe 3 years before, so the telecommunication principle. So now I have, so these threes are there, three things. So in today's class maybe I'll take another 20 minutes. In today's 20 minutes I'll try to clear these four things what we'll actually learn. Okay, so in my course I'll connect all the things to the practical application, why we will learn this thing, this kind of things. Even if I don't answer, please ask me that why we need this. Okay, so this is my telephone number, and this is my email address, but we have opened one Facebook group, so please join the Facebook group as well, because I don't know about the Google Classroom. So Google Classroom will be the classroom, only the classroom things, and in Facebook group I feel that Facebook or this social network is a very good platform. So to utilize the better aspect of the social media, I want to create that group so that we can sustain that group even 20 years from now. Okay, after maybe 20 years, if you have any question regarding data communication and networking, you can ask that question in those group as well. Okay, we can discuss our feelings and other things in those social networking groups. So please be there as well. Okay, we can solve so many problems, because in future what kind of things will come still we don't know because of the corona and other things. Okay, so let's start. First, try to know that what is engineering, why we are feeling very good and say that we are engineer. Okay, we made our color like this and say that we are engineer, we are from the science background. What is the responsibility of the engineer? So what is the main difference from other job holder, other professionals? Okay, the doctor, other things. So engineer must have the ability to design. Okay, so they must have the ability to create, to design, to make, to think different, to think out of the box and design something. Okay, to build and to test the system. Okay, so this is actually engineer have this ability. So in third year you will be of half engineer. So try to make yourself pretend to be an engineer. Try to think that I can be a designer, I can be an artist. Sometimes I use the word artist to the engineer. Okay, so because artists have the paint like brush, like this, the brush. Okay, artists have the brush and they have the color, but engineer have what? The thinking ability, and they have the tools, resistor, transistor, then capacitor, MOSFET. So they use this thing as a color, and they can build the circuit and other things and sophisticated things, the teeny tiny small devices. And because of that we can talk nowadays. Okay, even pandemic situation, during this pandemic situation, why I can connect, how I can connect 128 students from my room. Do you know why? Because some of the engineer, electrical and computer engineer, build some sophisticated historical device. Before utilizing those things, I can communicate with you. And because of that, you said that there is no question. So this is actually engineer. Try to be the engineer like this. That engineer means designer, builder, maker, tester. Okay, engineer doesn't mean like memorizer. Okay, so this is something else. Engineer should think, should the ability to think. This is the case. Should the ability to search, should the ability to ask the question why this happened, why these things, why I have to design, why I have to build. This ability should have. Okay, the engineer should have the ask the question. You have to have the ability to ask the question why this happened, why Habib sir said these things, why I have to be a maker, why. Ask the question and search. And because of search, if you search one time, two time, three time, it become repeated search, it become research. So engineer always do the research. This is the case. What kind of engineer we are? There are two kind of engineer most of the cases nowadays. Actually we have electrical engineer most of the cases. So electrical engineer, and from the electrical engineer we have the communication engineer, power, electromagnetic system, semiconductor devices, circuit. From the communication engineer and semiconductor device and electronic engineer, after maybe 1960, another branch came out and we call that branch as computer engineer. Okay, so computer engineer actually do the hardware system design of computer and software design development, so that the hardware can work align. Okay, so I'll discuss these things. What is the main difference between hardware and software as well? Okay, so this course actually, what I mean, like, okay, let me say these things that before I may be right here. Okay, I can write. Okay, so let me. So if hello,
Sir, can I ask a question?
oh, of course, please.
Sir, since like you're a pretty good engineer, sir, can you share your actual experience? Actually, sir, the pathway on becoming a successful engineer.
Okay, so who is asking me the question?
Sir,
তো আমি স্টুডেন্ট নাম্বার দেখতে পাচ্ছি, can you tell me your name?
Yes, sir. Sajid.
Sajid, student 80. So today I have to finish up to 6 slide. So can you ask this question after that or next class? Because
Yes,
I have,
sir. Sure, sir. Sure.
okay, so I have my, otherwise you know that all of them may not be in line with, but definitely this is a big good question, but maybe I will be in line with. So whatever, I have my pen with me, I want to draw something. Okay, so just think I am drawing it timeline. What is the timeline? Okay, so I want to draw the things. Sorry, now sorry. The feedback is there. Do not give the feedback now. I feel that I should draw. Yes, so I can draw here, but in the PowerPoint there is nothing. So just think that whatever I believe that this is the timeline. Okay, so this is a timeline and this is maybe 21. So before, actually I have searched today, even before 1850, before 1850 there is no word called electricity. Why, you know, can anyone tell me why? Before that I am searching the history of something before 1998. No, before 1990, because this is history of transistor and electrical, but I believe that I am searching that what is happening. So before 1987 or 1850, there is nothing called electrical engineer or electricity, because no battery was invented before. So there is no battery, so no electron was there. Okay, so before 1950, because our age is very simple, so before 1980 there is nothing called like electrical. So maybe around 90, my I really like Tesla, so Tesla was there. Then I'll write down Edison later on. So Tesla, then Edison was there around 90. Okay, around 90 to 1930. Then after 1948 is very important one day. Do you know why 1948? Any electrical engineer, do you know what is the main invention of the 1948?
PN junction diode.
Yes. So the diode or transistors, 1948. That means we have something military transistor was there. So after 1948, we are thinking about the transistor. Maybe after 1960, we are thinking about how to, because transistor is a very good invention where we can utilize the on device, like in the on device we can off the device. Can you imagine that? Without putting, if I put 0 voltage, it will be off, but without putting 0 voltage, with putting -5 voltage, I can put that device off. With putting +5 volt, I can put the device on. That means I can say device on and device off, and I can control the device by putting it on state. Okay, so after 1960, so during that time, so many devices invented, some new devices invented, and they call that, so like calculation devices. So with the calculation devices, the transistor make all the calculation devices very teeny tiny small. You can think about during 1941, the Enigma machine provided by the German. Okay, then the turning Alan, okay, Alan, the decoder, okay, so fast
Turing.
computer
Alan Turing, sir. Alan
Turing,
Turing.
okay,
Alan
so
Turing.
Sir, he
Yes.
was from England, right?
England, sir. He
he's
was
from
from
England
England,
because
sir.
he
Yes.
want to decode the like Enigma machine and fast
The German messages, sir. The German messages that were coming, he was going to decode that. So he was making the decoder.
decoder,
Like
and those
decipher.
decoder was the like sometimes it's called the fast computer, okay,
Yes, sir. The first.
which can compute many computation without human brain, okay. So during that time, most of the cases they said that this is on, this is off, so I have to give the instruction to the computer, instruction to the computer, like instruction to the machine. So I am creating the machine as an electrical engineer. I am creating the machine or the circuit or the device which can decode or the compute, and afterwards I have to give the instruction, and during that time instruction is given by, you know, that tape, that the dotted tapes was there, okay, that means some tape like this was there, and I have this kind of dot gap, so this kind of
Punch
tapes
card,
was
I think that name.
Morse code.
Punch card.
Punch card, yes, I forget. So this kind of punch card was there. So this punch card means what? This, whenever I have a dot, that means it is off. Whenever I doesn't have like any dot, it's on. So on off was there, but my device is on. If you switch off the battery, anybody will buy the mobile phone? No, nobody will buy. But after giving the battery on, afterwards you can put the gate on off, okay. So this is actually whenever the instruction came, the punch card came during that time. So somebody, we need some helper, that I made the device, I need some helper to make the instruction. So we said that this is on off or punch something. So we said that okay, whenever there is on, we call this one as 1. Whenever there is 0 off, we call this one as 0. So on means 1, off means 0. It doesn't means 0 means switch off. 0 means 0 voltage. Please believe me, don't mix this one. 0 doesn't mean 0 voltage. 0 means minus 5 volt or minus 12 volt, okay. And 1 means plus 5 volt or plus 12 volt, something like that. So to make the 0101 as an instruction, we actually introduce another part of the subject, that somebody will create the instruction. So I'll create the IC, and I said that with this IC you can put the punch code or you can make the 0101 things. So somebody will, because we will make the open of the port, and somebody will create the instruction. Those somebody actually create the computer subject or CSE. CSE actually started after our things, okay. So they actually create the coding, nothing else. So 0101. That means without our device, nobody can make the sequence. Or without the sequence, just you will buy a mobile phone without Android apps, you will not use. So without sequence, nobody will buy the phone. So it's become actually one-to-one, a very, very integrated things. So this is actually after 60, after transistor, we use 2 switch 0101, and afterwards the another field came, the computer. And during that time, actually the data actually, the 0 means plus 5 and 1 means 0 means minus 5 and 1 means plus 5. That means each of the code, each of the punch, each of the this kind of sequence actually carry a information. Maybe 0 means minus 12 or minus 5, whatever. That means this 1 means it can carry one data, and that data can be decoded to the phone, and that phone will act like that. That means my transistor is a super duper thing. The transistor can have, if I put like transistor can be open, transistor can be closed by putting some voltage against them, okay. So this is actually the thing I need to put as mute, okay. So please I just put mute. So this is actually the case. Do you have any question up to this? I want to be a little bit faster.
No, sir, no question.
Okay, thank you. So what happened afterwards, maybe after 60, 80, 90, or maybe after this 20th century, what happened? We have the computer in my pocket, nothing else. The computer in my pocket. So why the computer? I said that why I said the computer in my pocket, because I have learned from the internet that, do you know the another date? 1969. Why 1969 is very popular?
Probably the internet was invented.
No. Anyone? 1969.
Integrated circuit, sir.
No, but don't connect with electrical. In the like the human history.
Sir, we went to the moon.
Yes, we went to the moon. We went to the moon. Okay, that's all. There are so many questions. Answer will be there. We went to the moon. Okay, maybe there are some open secret things that whether we move or not. But at least 1969, the Apollo 11 went there. Okay, Yuri Gagarin and others are there. Okay, so it says that the computer used in Apollo 11 in 1969 that like took the human being from Earth to moon. Whatever power those computer had, nowadays each of the mobile phone may be more than 500 times powerful. Can you imagine that you are carrying a powerful computer? With this, you can send the space shuttle up and down from the Earth to moon. This is the case. During that time, some kilobyte of RAM and ROM was there. And now you are using gigabyte, terabyte inside. Okay, so this is the case that what the things are going on. Like now we are using. So please, my another advice is that this is not the music player. This is not the cassette player. This is not the video player. If you want to use a cassette player or video player, go and buy the cassette or video player. This is a computer. This is made by your family member, some other electrical engineer. Please respect them. This is your invention and your job will be in this kind of device manufacturing. Okay, so please put full respect to them. If you like, this is called smartphone because the user is smart. If you buy a phone, do not do anything, this will be the dumbest phone in the world. This is a smartphone because user is smart. This is a smartphone because you are smart. This is the case. So I want to ask a question. I want to finish within 15 minutes. I want to ask you a question. Can anyone tell me what is digital? What is digital?
Where there is discrete data.
Okay, so can you write what is digital?
Data that is in
Data,
the form of zeros and ones.
0 and 1.
Okay, how many of you think that digital means 0 and 1? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. How many of you think that digital means 0 and 1? Because this kind of question you will be asked in the interview board. So 0 and 1. So many of you are thinking that digital means 0 and 1. So many of you. Digital means, how many of you think that digital means something else? And how many of you think digital, like 0 and 1 is one of the example of digital, rather than the main definition is 0 and 1. Okay.
Sir, how to show that opinion? I mean, like it is not only 0 and 1.
Okay, it's not only 0. Okay, let me cover because I have very small, but I got these things. So if anyone think, because most of the cases, this is the main difficulties, that so many of you think that digital means 0 and 1. And they said that, sir, digital means 0 and 1, 0 and 1. No. So the definition from the book, I'll show that slide very quickly, that Digital means a combination of finite symbols and code word. Okay. For example, just go 26 letter of English printed alphabet. Okay, 10 numbers and spaces are the printed English are digital. That means if you want to write anything in the screen, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, you have to use the 26 letter. That means the 26 letters are the example of digital. That means it's like the English alphabet can be shown, mute all. So shown, English alphabet can be shown through this through these letters, okay, numbers. Then the human speeches, okay, speech, the digital message, like with the finite vocabulary, I have to use the vocabulary from the dictionary. Maybe it is 10,000, but it's a finite vocabulary. I cannot use, like English vocabulary has the finite word. So English vocabulary is digital, okay. Bangla vocabulary is digital. Bangla English is not mixed together, okay. We can count. So the pronunciation, variation, pitch are analog, but I am talking the vocabulary is the digital, okay. Music note are digital. That means do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, sa, re, ga, ma, pa. Okay, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, that 7 notes are music notes are digital. That means whatever musics are there, we have to create all the tune with the 7 note. Okay, then the Morse code are digital. So we have Morse code. Morse is digital and binary. That means dot dash dot dash dot dash. So don't say that digital means 0101. Why we use as okay? So maybe other things, like all other like speeches, then my temperature, atmosphere, recorded music. These are analog. Okay, other than things, we use the digital things. The written things must be digital. So most of the cases after 1948, what happened? So this 0 and 1, actually on and off was invented. So first sequence was like that, on off, on off, on off. But the scientists, they feel that both of them start from O. So it's become a little bit monotonous, rather than put something +5, -5, +5, -5. But +5, -5, it is hard to say. So rather than they use like 0 and 1, this is nothing but the symbol. It's a symbol. This 0 does not mean the number 0. You can use plus, minus, or so many things. But 0, 1 is a symbol. So during that time, due to the transistor has 2 states, actually 3 states, but transistor has actually 2 states, like on or off. We can control the on and off. Because of that, we can control the on off. So we use the binary. If think about quantum physics, like quantum electronics, quantum computer, it has 5 states. So you have to use pentarry. So in future, if you say that digital means like 0, 1, you will fail. Okay, so after 60, they use digital to symbolize the those instructions. So after, maybe in future, after 2024 or 2030, maybe there will be no electrical subject. Maybe the quantum subject will be there, and you have to use quantum computer. So during that time, now electrical computers are there. You may have 5 states. Okay, so like on, off, and 2 is mixed, and another one is all together. Okay, so maybe pentarry will be there. So this is the case that don't define like digital as 0, 1. So why I'm saying that if you mix the digital definition as 0, 1, during the invention of new devices, you will be in confused or like confusion zone. Okay, because digital means like that anything which can be symbolized with some symbol or code word. Okay, so this is the case. I feel that there is no question. Is it clear? Otherwise, read the things. Okay.
Clear, sir. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So whatever I said, that means there are 2 zones. One is digital another one is analog. Okay, analog and digital. So this is actually my master slide. So I use Japanese. So today I saw this is actually called analog. This is digital, and this is also analog. So I define this way: any signal outside of the device are analog. That means human being are analog. I can hear analog signal, I can see analog signal, I can taste or smell analog thing. Okay, so why I said here taste or because these things we'll discuss during the class, because these are our sensor, will create the sensor later on. Okay, that means speaker or microphone or video camera or gas sensor will utilize. So any signal outside of the devices are analog, and any signal inside of the devices can be analog, can be digital. If it is analog signal, that means we are directly process the signal, that means analog devices. And if it is digital device, that time we have to use analog to digital converter or digital to analog converter. So why digital things are there? Because digital devices are very teeny tiny small. This is the case. So digital devices are very small, so we can put the if the analog devices are there, it is very big, it is very power consumed, it is very like overheated, so you cannot move, it is very heavy, so you cannot move around. So to make it portable, you have to have a digital devices. So because of that, the teeny tiny like the transistor can be made with the layers, so we can build a transistor in the integrated circuit. So the ICs, billions of transistor can be together with some teeny tiny ICs. Okay, so because of that, we have to create the devices for the human being, definitely, but to utilize because of that outside signal, that means the signal I am giving, the human being is giving is analog. Also, human being is expecting from the device is analog. So definitely AD conversion should be there. And inside we have the 0101, and the computer engineer, they are actually working with the 0101 things. So whatever I said, the digital system offered important advantage compared to analog system. An example is higher performance, greater versatility, and higher security. We can have the higher security over there. I'll discuss later as well. Okay, so definition of the digital is that a method of storing digital data. Okay, a method of storing, processing, and transmitting information through the use of distinct electronic of optical paths that represent binary digit 0 and 1. This binary digit, I am not saying the number or anything. So this digit represent some voltage. This digit will represent some voltage or some current. In the next class, maybe I'll discuss this one. So in the next class, maybe easy to these things will be represented by voltage, or these things will be represented by current. So can be implemented using circuit, create building block to modern computer. Okay, most of the cases we use voltage devices because current devices are very big, very costly, and current can kill the human being. Okay, but we can touch 12 volt, 5 volt, but we cannot touch, maybe we may not touch 12 amp, 5 amp. It will kill, like so human being may be killed. Okay, so this is actually a digital system, and what actually the data mean. Okay, and how the data will transmit, we'll discuss later, but just know that everywhere the data means 0 or 1 represented by some voltage +5 or -5. This is the case. So we'll send the data that will represent some information and send the data in a longer distance. Okay, so this is actually the case.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, if you kindly mention which devices actually use current as the digital representation.
Okay, in the next class, maybe I'll do those things. Okay, let me
Yes,
finish
sure.
today's class because this is already, I don't want to take the class more than 1 hour. So I started because let me finish today's class. There are plenty, because we'll be here all the time. Okay, even if you want, I can take the extra class as well. Okay, but for online class, it must be within the 1 hour. Okay, so current devices are there. Okay, I'll show you everything. So in the next slide, I want to say that already we know why the digital signal. So also we know why we'll use digital digit, 10 digit, because we have 5 fingers. That's all. And today we have learned why the digital communication has 2 numbers, because the transistor can be operated, transistor can be configured by 2 numbers. So so I have asked this question in the in the feedback quiz. So can you give the feedback of this answer, that why? Can you write down the why thing? I have asked here, obtain the question and answer. Just write the digital communication has what? So sorry, transistor has 2 signal, and because of that we said 2. So this is actually the thing. So this is a question, why digital communication has 2 numbers. Please answer as submit. If you submit, I can see the submission. Okay, so please submit. I can see the response. So submit with the number. I can see the answer question. So please give the answer. Why the digital numbers? Because telephone, computer. No. Please write down the perfect things. What?
So can you again send the feedback? I mean, feedback Google form.
Google form resend.
Yes, sir. Resend the, please resend the.
Okay, because what happened to you? You submitted before, so actually I have to say sorry. Maybe I'll give you a chance. The video lecture will be there. Maybe I'll give you a chance after 2 weeks. You can resend again. Okay, I'll have the record.
I'm saying I didn't got the Google form link.
No. Google form links is within the classroom. You have to move to the classroom.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so move to the classroom. Those who have already submitted, it's one time. So please submit and say that why the transistor, there is 2 signals. The question is why digital communication has 2 numbers, because the transistor has 2, and each of them, if you want to write more, the transistor can store the information. Okay, so because of that, we have 2 numbers. So each of the numbers will store the information. So do not memorize, try to understand the things. This is my last slide in today's class, and in the next class I'll repeat this class and I'll move a little bit further in the data communication in tomorrow. Okay,
Sir, what was the question in slide 1?
sorry. So
So
it should be slide 6. Okay, I made my mistake. If you refresh, it will come slide 6. Okay,
Okay, sir.
it should be slide 6.
All right. So sir, simply the answer is because the transistor has
Yes.
states
Two.
on and off.
Okay, so because this is not a quiz or anything, I just want I want to know that whether you are there or not. Okay, so try to answer, and answer is given by me. Okay, question is given by me. There is no question, no answer. So this is actually the thing, why the digital has 2 numbers, because it has 2 states. Transistor has 2 states, and each of the state will take the information of the data. So this is today's class. I don't know, today I talk more about something else out of the class, but I try my level best to connect all the things with the class. Today I try to define the data. Then next class, maybe I try to define the communication and networking, and then combine together, because first we have to know why we are doing this class. So I'll try my level best to define those things each and every class, that why we are doing this class. Is it clear? So if you answer, if you don't have any question, may I finish this class for today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Is it okay? Do you have anything, any complaint, anything? You may write down the complaint in the feedback.
No, sir.
Okay. So thing is that somebody asked me question. So I forget your name. So maybe in the next class we'll discuss the some devices, also the career path. We'll discuss those things. Okay. Next
Sir,
class.
So our attendance will be based on that feedback.
Yes, I have my I can take your attendance easily. I have my Google Sheet.
Okay, sir.
This is the attendance. The feedback quiz is nothing but the attendance. I got your attendance over there.
Yes, sir.
So nobody else.
But I'm facing a problem sending it. Actually, it's saying that I need to sign in, but I'm already signed in.
Maybe go to the Google form, and I have put something like that. You have to sign in with the IoT email address.
Okay. Probably that's the problem.
So please go. 5 o'clock, up to 5 o'clock is there.
Okay.
Even if you submit late, it's not a problem. Okay, I know that you are here. So if you submit late, it will say submit late. No worry, you can write down the cause that, sir, I have some problem. No worry. Okay, I'm here, I am with you. But ask who is maybe I feel that 143 students should be there. So ask your friend to join the classroom. I'll take, this is the attendance. Actually, I am taking the attendance by this way. It will be automatically. Okay, you have to log in by your own email address, and email address will become automatically. I have all the things. So already 87 students did. So those who cannot, ask your student friend. Somebody is joining with the Gmail. I'll prefer to use IoT. It will be better, okay? Because during your exam, it will be better, okay? So remove your previous. Okay, boys, I feel that we may conclude.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. So please, if you have any trouble, maybe we can face tomorrow the online things. But please join the Google Classroom, and you know the answer. So even tomorrow you can also submit the things. So thank you very much.
Sir, please, can you repeat your question, please?
The question today.
Yeah.
Why the digital communication has 2 numbers? Because why the digital communication has 2 numbers? Because the transistor has 2 numbers. Transistor use 0 and 1. Because of that, we have the 2 numbers. The answer is that. I am giving the answer as well. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Ask me the answer. No need to ask the your friend. Thank you very much, brother. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Please take care.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Walaikum assalam.